In the Footsteps of Darwin is a tile-laying, tableau building, set collection game with animals and scientific discovery as its theme, and the mechanism to collect the tiles that you will place in your personal area is basically a rondel, which is remarkable because usually games that use a rondel are fairly complex. This game is as simple as they come. During the game you will collect 12 tiles exactly. There will be a couple of other effects and that's about it. And then you will score those and you'll see who the winner is. That will be the player with the highest score, of course. This is the board that goes in the middle of the table. To set it up, you shuffle all of the tiles that come with the game. You draw 9, you place them there face up, and then you count 12 tiles per player. That's it. That will be the supply for the game. There is the beagle there that will go around the board, again acting kind of sort of like a rondel. And the general idea is super simple. When it is your turn, you will take one of the 3 tiles facing the beagle. Those would be the 3 that are available right now. There are guide tokens. You start with 1 and you can collect more during the game. Before you take a tile, you can spend a guide to either move the beagle 1 space forward or 1 space back, therefore changing what is available, or refreshing the available tiles. You simply discard them and then you draw 3 new ones to replace them. So whether you use a guide or not, you will end up with a new tile, and we'll see later what happens. Now, then the beagle moves a number of squares around the display equal to the distance of the tile that you took from the beagle itself, which sounds super complicated, but that means if you took the one that is adjacent to it, you move it by 1. If you took the one that is 2 squares from it, you move it by 2 spaces, like so. And then, of course, means that now those are available for the next player. We replace that. And that's it for now. So, each player has a personal board that looks like this one. And when it's not set up, when it's folded, it looks like this. So super neat, I love it. With areas where you will place the tiles. So the tiles that you can collect may be human beings, maybe old men that inspired you, and so you place them here and you will collect an advantage when you do so. Or most likely you have animals, and they are marked by the type of animal, such as birds or mammals, and also by the location. So we have Asia, Africa, the Americas, Africa, Eurasia, or Asia, and Australia. That tells how much I know about geography. So, Americas, Africa, Asia. Okay, got it. So, here we have an Australian bird, and we place it on the corresponding spot. It has to go in the corresponding spot. And then we collect advantages possibly. For example, here we collect a guide token. And also here with the crown, I take the king of all naturalists, would be the Darwin token. When I play that tile, I collect that from whoever has that. Some tiles will give me victory points at the end of the game, if still visible. We see what that means. Some tiles will allow me to collect compass tokens, and so I just collect one as soon as I take that tile, and I have an area on my board to store them, like so. What is the purpose of collecting compass tokens? To score in combination with this symbol here. And here we place the purple insect there. Each of these symbols, if visible at the end of the game, is worth a number of points equal to the number of compass tokens. So right now, all of those symbols visible at the end of the game on my display are worth 3 points each. Now, it may be that as you place animals on the display, you'll be able to fill out a row or a column, in which case you become a big expert on birds, say, or on the Americas. When you fill out one of those rows or columns, you publish, and so you take one of these tokens. They'll be worth 53 points at the end of the game. They are different art, but that is not, that's purely decorative. It may also be that as you fill out your display, the tile that you took will go on top of another one, because I need to place them exactly in the indicated spot. Purple insects go there. Oh, it covers that one, so that wouldn't be too good. However, suppose that I was able to cover a tile that gave me one of those compass tokens. I collected it. That doesn't do anything anymore. Maybe that would be one that is more benign to cover, making that one visible. When you cover a tile with something else, then you're really specializing into something, and as an advantage, and that's a reminder, when you cover a tile, you get one of these tokens here, these ribbon tokens, and they go on the board, on your personal board. You start with one at the beginning of the game, and they will allow you to score different things at the end of the game, such as 1 point for each tile that I have in the 4 top left corner of my board, 1 for each crown symbol visible on my board, 1 for each of these book tokens I collect, 2 for each of these book tokens I collected, 1 for each animal of the Americas that I have, and so on and so forth. Well, this is the general idea, and probably 90% of the rules, or all of them, anyway, very close. You will simply, remember, collect tokens from there and move the beagle accordingly based on what you took. 3 spots, 1, 2, 3. And then the next player goes, apply possible bonuses, collect the tokens as needed based on what you collected, potentially use a guide, but ultimately you simply go around until you have collected 12 tiles. At that point, the game is over, and you will score points from the books that you published, these ribbons that you collected, depending on, of course, what's on your tableau, points that are visible on your tableau, points from these maps in connection with compasses, and the player with the highest score wins the game. This is certainly a light game, casual, family-oriented game because of the nice, non-confrontational mechanics mainly, and just the peaceful theme of learning about animals and very, very simple mechanics. But as a light game, it is excellent. I really, really like it. I happen to play with some casual gamers, casual players, and we played Earth before, and if you played that one, the Tableau building, and it's a lot more complex, and they were a little bit overwhelmed. Then we played this one, and they were so happy. But I also played this on a game night with adult, regular strategy gamers, and we all loved it also. The production values are just amazing. The art is so pleasant, the tiles are nice and thick and sturdy, everything is colorful and thematic. And gameplay. Well, gameplay is, of course, simplicity itself. And again, if it's too light for you, well, think of it as a filler. Think of it as the last game of the night when people are really tired. And it's just a nice journey. There is a nice flow. Yes, there's a nice pace here. Everybody's taking an action, and that's about it. And, well, there is just enough in that one simple action to keep you interested. Not enough to cause analysis paralysis. Not enough, I found, to cause over-analysis or overthinking it. Yes, from time to time there will be like, well, I don't want my opponent to take that tile. But that's still very indirect and very minimal confrontational element. I didn't find that to change the vibe around the table at all. Mainly, I was interested in, well, creating my tableau and get it to score. And can I find an animal that allows me to complete a row and a column at the same time so that I can get 2 publications? Can I figure out how to get bonuses early on that are ready to cover collecting compasses and guide tokens, for example, and later covering them with stuff that is better, which gives me those other ribbons. It's a very simple idea. You collect your tableau, and then also as you do it, you collect what you can score with those ribbons. Well, this one targets America, so I want American animals now. This one targets guide tokens. Oh, I shouldn't guide icons. I mean, oh, I shouldn't cover those icons there. There is a flow and a development of you collecting resources and you collecting things that you're gonna score. That to me works almost magically. There may be nothing particularly new about it or particularly complex, but the sum is more than the sum of the parts. The whole is more than the sum of the parts. I just had such a good time playing it. Every time that I played it, different numbers of players, it doesn't matter, even a higher numbers, because the game is so simple and it moves so fast. Anyways, I like it. I'm gonna recommend it highly for families, casual gamers, or also for players who are regular gamers and from time to time they want to look at a beautiful game and have like a lighter, simpler fare. Because in this category, this game works perfectly well. I played it quite a bit and I look forward to playing it more because this game, in the category of light fillers, mind you, is an absolute blast.